How you doing, guys? Coach here at Compleat.com. Today here with my client Chanaelle, and we have something what I want to show you on her, because he has a specific it's not an injury, but something like a winging scapula, we call it, or a winging shoulder blade, or an angel blade. We want to show you how to fix that issue if you have something similar. But first, I just want to introduce you to her, and then why she developed this symptom on her back. So, if you can tell to the audience what happened, what changed in your life, and
okay. So I think with work, by standing up the whole time during the whole day, I had this habit of just being like that, just in front of my computer, and even staying at home, I was sitting down, but always being like that the whole time, or like that. So with time, I've developed a back pain, and with a few sessions with Gergo, he told me that I had a loose shoulder blade, and he told me that we can work on it, so then I could feel better in a few weeks, month.
Yeah, so what happened? Like, she came to me like, oh, there's a lump on the back, or something like an overworking muscle. So what was it? It's, so if you turn around a little bit, if you take it off, yeah. So what happened is, like, when you are spending too much time in one position, some muscles trying to overwork and do the job what the one muscle in the first place should do. So if you would hold it in like a normal posture, then the muscle works correctly, and they not getting tired, they do the job what they have to do. But if you always hunch forward, or you're changing your position for long hours, then what happens, other muscles has to do the job what the muscles should do in the first place, or the muscles what should work, they getting tired and they get loose, and then they don't working correctly. So she developed this big imbalances between the next to the spine, inside of the shoulder blades. So if you just turn around a little bit, so just next to the spine, there has like this rhomboid muscles. There's a lot of muscle. I'm not gonna go into anatomy, but there's a muscle here. If you have similar problem, then this one side is a little bigger, or it's overworked. It feels like just an inflamed muscle. Then this might gonna help for you as well. So what happened is that this side is just bigger and overworked. So she had the symptoms on both sides, but at the moment she only feels pains on the right side. So obviously we tried to massage it and everything, but it didn't go away. So when we assessed it, it's what's happened. If you put your hand up, just normally up there, yeah, on the back, you can see this shoulder blade is coming off from the side. This should sit on the rib cage, so it shouldn't come out and here. So maybe if you come a little closer with the camera, yeah. See, what's happening is, I don't even have to try. I can, by hand, and just go next to the shoulder blade. So what is supposed to be like closed down here, and I shouldn't be able to put my hand under the shoulder blade, but it's opening up. That means these muscles, which is holding the shoulder blade down, they're not working properly, and then the one next to it trying to compensate the lack of strength here. So what we're gonna do is, okay, we can relax. So what we're gonna do is just do some correctional exercises for the shoulder blade to fire them up again, and hopefully it's gonna help a little bit. So we're gonna show some stuff what hopefully get some instant improvement, and I'll show you some stuff what I want her to implement during her workouts and what you can do at home. So if you just go down on the floor, and then we're gonna start with the cat-cow. So what I wanna see here is just, arching the lower back, pulling the shoulder blades down as much as possible to try to create this muscle memory of the shoulder blades sitting on the rib cage. And then from here, we're gonna do the opposite. So we're gonna push out and let the shoulder blades stretch. So you can see they're still sitting on the right place. They don't come out. So those muscles are still working, and then you can come back down again. And then, I want her to breathe out and breathe in. Obviously, this works on other muscles as well, but it's mainly on the thoracic spine, so all around the shoulder blades. You just wanna, when you come down, you wanna squeeze this together, and then this goes always straight up. You've probably seen this before on a yoga class or something. It's called the cat-cow, camel-cat, whatever. There's a lot of ways to, basically it's a back extension into round back, and this starting to work around this area. So basically just loosen up, waking up those muscles. She's really good in that. She's been training for years, so it's not something, it's not something a weakness, more like just a posture change. So for her, it's gonna be a little easier to go back to normal than others who doesn't train. So, okay, that's fine. From here, now we're gonna go into push-up position. So you're gonna do the same, but in a little harder variation. From the push-up position, just a straight arm push-up. Just gonna do the same, just pushing out and then come back in. So now we're using her whole body weight instead of being on the knee, but basically doing the same thing. So it's a little more pressure on the shoulders. It requires more stabilization around the shoulder joint. It's just a harder variation, the same thing, taking off the lower back of the equation. So I want her to do around 10 in this. So once you go with the 10, maybe one more, you can relax a little bit. Okay, you're good. You should feel it around the shoulder base. Okay, cool. And another version of this, what we're gonna do in a different variation is just, you're gonna come and hop here for me. And then what I want you to do, just sit on the bench. We're gonna come out and we're gonna do the same straight arm dip, just in different position. So before we work from this angle, now we wanna go up and down. So one is vertical, the other one is horizontal, but the same thing. Now we're working on the deeper rhomboid muscles, exactly the one where she felt the pain. So it's the lower shoulder blade. With the push-ups, we work more about up here, going in and out. Now we're working the shoulder blades go up and down. So yeah, we get the shoulder blade up and then we're squeezing them down together. There you go. And then relax, keep the elbows straight. You don't have to go crazy deep, and then just go all the way up. So you're just working on shoulder elevation up and down. Yeah, good. Go up, maybe a couple more. Okay, good. 2 more. 1 more. Okay, good, relax. So that would be 2 exercises what she could do anywhere. I suggested her to do this while she's working, around every hour. She can just sit down on the bench and do 10-15 of the dip. She can, if she don't want to go down the floor, she can do the straight arm push against the wall, or a kitchen counter or something, table, and then you can do the same, like a vertical movement. And the problem is, like, these stabilizer muscles are very weak, so you cannot train them for a long time. So it's this 1 minute drills, it's enough just to keep them working and keep them remembering what they have to do, just to bring the shoulder blades back or shoulder back and hold a nice posture. But you have to remind them, usually every hour I would suggest to do this. And then if she has a band with her, the other one we did is thumbs back, and then we would do some pull apart. So this would be something probably she can do at home. She doesn't want to take this to work, but if she can implement it, even better. So this is more strengthening. The other 2 is mobilization, but this is actually gonna strengthen the muscles what we're working on. So you could do either around 15 to 20 pull apart. It doesn't have to be too hard. So if these muscles are still weak, you're gonna find it pretty difficult to pull the band apart. So this is the lightest band, but it might fire up the muscle pretty easily, pretty quick. You just wanna go, yeah, just here to there. And then you really wanna turn this out and try to feel it on the shoulder blades. So after around 10, 15, you can start feel the burn, and try to kill a little higher. Good. And then this is something for strengthening. So maybe I would do this 3 times a day. still more frequently, so a couple times a day rather than just once a day or 3 times a week. So it's not something you just put it in your training routine, it's something you want to do every day. You can do this on the floor. It's a little bit tricky if you don't have a band. You can do it on if you lay down on the floor and then just do it on your back, and then you just push your thumbs down on the floor. It's going to activate the muscle, but it's always easier if you have a rubber band. And this should already, if we check the back again, if you bring your arm up, so if you turn this way, bring this arm up, pull your shoulder blades down. You can see already this doesn't wing anymore that much. So it used to be out here, now it's down there. And if I tell her to force your shoulder blade down, even more, like there, this has come back pretty much almost an okay, almost a normal. Yeah, I can still put my finger under, so it's supposed to be, sorry, it's supposed to be here. So I shouldn't be able to put my hand on it, but it's already a big improvement just by doing some mobilization. She's looser here on the lower part, the lower rhomboid, so the bench dip is gonna be more beneficial for her than a push-up, straight arm push-up. But these are the exercises I would do. Okay, you can relax. I would do every day and multiple times a day. So every hour, and the strengthening at least 3 times a day. And then when she comes to train in the gym, then I would implement into her routine to do a straight arm push down on the cable, face pull on the cable. I would say do face pull with the band, what we did the other day, so it's a little hard to pull the band, because the further you pull the band, the harder it gets. So you find it difficult to pull the band all the way out. So either go very, very light band, or you can do it in a cable. Because this is a strength exercise, again, it's gonna be a little hard. So what we said, every time you come in, you're gonna do 2 sets on a straight arm push down, 2 sets on the face pull, and do your workout, and then do 2 sets again before you go home. So you get 4 sets, 2 in the beginning of the workout, 2 at the end, and that should be able to strengthening those muscles back to an original position. Also, when she do rowing movement or pulling movement, she can relax, retract the shoulder blades before she rows on the cable or on a dumbbell, just to readjust the movement or reset the movement all the time before she pull, and that's what should be able to come back to normal state. As I said, because she's trained already, she just started a new job, and it's a big change in her regular routine. So obviously, if you spend 8-10 hours in one position, you know, a 10 minutes workout not gonna make any difference. That's why you have to do it more often, and that's why you have to strengthen the muscle with heavier weights as well. But because she already trained, the muscles are there, you just need to wake them up again, you need to fire them up. For her, it's gonna be a little easier than for someone who doesn't train. So if you someone who is working in an office or have this kind of problem, or you have a back pain or have a winging scapula, then you need to do this more often than she would. So even strengthening exercises, I would just do them every day, 2 times a day, rather than when you just come and work out. And that's about it. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. Let me know how did it go. And thank you, Chanaelle, for coming in.
You're welcome.
Catch you in the next one. Train complete. Train complete.